tea. I'm the one worthy of praise here, not Iris. This is my victory. He's such a child. Sorry to cut in. Oh, I knew it was Gregson. Oh, Inspector Gregson. Good morning. Gregson, my dear fellow, why the grim expression at this delightfully early hour? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I've been confronted with a grimmer expression, eh? Oops. Dear me, are you going to take that insult lying down, Professor? What? What? I don't know. Poor Professor. It's time to end the game of hide and seek. Hey guys, welcome back. Slay here. And last time we finished the Great Deduction where we figured out well, first we found Mr. Drebber's hideout, and now we figured out that we thought he ran away, but the dude's still here. He's in the safe. So let's seek him out, shall we? I think perhaps it's time we ended this game of hide and seek, don't you? By opening the safe, you mean? What else? Let's see. The combination was 1 4 3 2 5 8 2. I knew that. Alright then, here goes. What in the world? That must be so uncomfortable. Ay ay ay. Look at how his legs are twisted, and then his head too. Gosh, that must hurt. Oh gosh, you found me. Did he just roll out? Why is he moving like a drone? What? Is his body actually made out of machine parts? Or is he just being extra? Because, that could also be a thing. Ooh, nice music. Ah, Gregson, don't interrupt, I'm vibing. Right then, sir. Mr. Enoch Drebber, I presume? Correct. You'd better start talking. You tricked Professor Hairbrain with that bogus machine you built. Okay, Ryunosuke, relax. And you shall have to explain the theft of the waxwork from Madame Tuspel's as well. Whilst I would be delighted to answer your many questions. Personally, I would advise that you deactivate my little parcel first. Deactivate? Your parcel? I refer, of course, to the time bomb. It really is a time bomb! I left it in a most prominent position. Ah! Ha ha ha, I see. Stunned silence. What the heck? You're all gearing up to die with me then? No! What the heck? Mr. Sholmes, with only 7 seconds to spare. That was too close for comfort. I've got 1 foot in the grave already. Are you trying to help us get a killer or get us killed? Mr. Sholmes' deductions can be completely life-altering, can't they? Well, my dear fellows, that was a close shave. You think? The resemblance to an anti-gravity device is really quite startling, I must say. Anti-gravity devices don't exist. Ooh, I wouldn't push it, Mr. Sholmes. I love it. I'm guessing this is his theme? Such a vibe. Sorry, okay. What happened here? What on earth happened in here? You found me, haven't you? No need to screw me down any further. What? Everything in here is precisely what it seems. Yeah, well, we'll be giving it a thorough going over, don't you worry, Drebber. What fails to click with me is how you were able to locate my workshop. That I was not expecting. When I heard whistling from the other room, I knew it was time to bolt. Whistling? Ah, that would have been me. Oh, for some reason, I woke in fine fettle today. What? There's so much being said in those 3 dots, or sorry, not 3 dots, but those just that ... sequence. There's so much between the lines. No words, just tightly squeezed ships. Clearly, I must have a screw loose, though, as I couldn't remember the combination for the safe. And another one loose, as I couldn't remember on which piece of furniture I'd written it down. We also found a rope over by the wall. Yes, I had hoped to exit through the skylight, but sadly the rope was too short. So I then set about searching for the combination code to open the safe. And burning the incriminating blueprints, don't forget. Regrettably, though, you failed to retrieve the head from the balloon among the rafters. Oh? And after that you hid yourself inside the safe? Having first set this parcel ticking. Well, I had no intention of being nailed by the police. Well, too bad, so sad. Time bomb. Got a death wish, have ya? Hiding right beside a ticking time bomb? Please, why do you suppose I chose to hide inside the safe? It's no ordinary safe. It's specially designed. A dynamite explosion wouldn't leave a scratch on it. So in fact, safe was the only safe place. Precisely. But once you'd climbed inside, you wouldn't have been able to get out again. I invite you to look more closely. The safe is fitted with a handle on the inside to allow the door to be unlocked from within. Ah, so it is. I had always intended to blow this place to smithers in any case. I just wasn't expecting uninvited guests to come along and screw up my plans. Do you mean to say you're planning to blow us all up? No, that was unforeseen. What do you mean? What the heck? Most people run, you see, when they see a ticking time bomb at their feet. Ah, I calculated the time required for retreat to a safe distance and set the device accordingly. But your seemingly endless discourse in here threw a spanner in the works. Oh man. Is something wrong, Gregson? Do I have something on my face besides the usual eyes, ears, nose, and mouth? Oh man, the two of them are so funny. Oh man. I think we have a fairly good idea of what's been going on here now. But what about the 2 incidents you've evidently been involved in recently? Professor Harebrain's instantaneous kinesis experiment at the Great Exhibition, and the waxwork model you stole, which this head belongs to. That's no ordinary head, you know. That's the head of the professor. Clad in a mask with a lock so strong, I'm unable to open it safely to reveal the killer's identity. I've been considering carrying it around as protection. After all, that's enough. Oh, they made it here. It took them long enough. We had a whole discourse, a great deduction. We found the guy. We've been interrogating him. They took their sweet, sweet time getting here. What's going on here, Gregson? I'm sure you're aware that I have sole jurisdiction to investigate here. Yes, well, Dr. Scythe again. So the forensic investigation team are here. And you know full well this engineer is a key witness. Why are you allowing this lawyer access to him? If Lord Strongheart knew of this, he'd be finished. No, man. You lot, leave at once. My dear madam, there's no need for such a threatening tone, I assure you. After all, that's no way to greet an old acquaintance, is it, Dr. Scythe? Hello, Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes knows Dr. Scythe. I mean, I guess so. I mean, it would make sense. If it's protecting the machine next door that's causing such a sour expression on your face, you are quite misguided. It's really nothing more than a shell, you— Get out! Dang. Fine, we're leaving. But of course, we'll show ourselves the door. See, you haven't softened at all. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? Appear that our delightfully entertaining investigations have run their course for today. But Mr. Sholmes! Let us leave this place in the doctor's capable hands. Ooh. I said get out, now, all of you. Your presence here is not required either, Gregson. No! Understood. But I'll just say one thing before I head off. If it wasn't for this lawyer and his companions, we'd never have found this place, and the whole workshop would have been blown to bits. There was a time bomb set in here. Got this lot disarmed. Inspector. Yay! I love Gregson! Something giving you a chuckle, has it, Drebber? Ah, so sorry. Didn't mean to offend. You're quite right, of course. You did disarm the time bomb, didn't you? Yes, you did disarm that one. No! Eh? What are you... That one? Yeah, I mean... Oh no. Everybody run! Oh no. Oh, okay. At least they're not around it. Oh no. I was gonna say at least there's no people around. Oh shoot. Run! Run away! No! It was an hour later that we heard the news of the enormous explosion that ripped through the experimentation stage at the Great Exhibition. Professor Harebrain's invention and all its secrets were blown away forever. Are you kidding me? Oh, I hate this guy. Why is he rigging bombs everywhere? What in the world? Ah, that just makes me so mad. I mean, like, why would you purposely destroy your work like that? What's the point? What's the reason? Why? Fine. Deep breaths. We're not meant to understand a maniac. We're just meant to capture the maniac and send them to prison. Oh boy. And we're finally back to court. Good morning to you, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, good morning, Professor. Ready for today's proceedings? I hope so. I should be. Even I, with nothing left to... Good morning, my dear fellows. Oh, he's here. He didn't oversleep. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you're here. Why, naturally, a true gentleman stands shoulder to shoulder with his friends in battle at all times. Uh-huh. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'll see you later, then. Now, Professor, we really need you to remain calm in the courtroom today. Yes. Do try your hardest not to enter the witness stand uninvited again. Yes, I will. I realize it was a mistake, but My dear fellows, I must interject. Oh, you're still here, Mr. Sholmes? What's the matter? Surely you've overlooked some praise, have you not? Cast in my direction, Sorry, I don't follow. Must I spell it out? I, the great Herlock Sholmes, greatest detective of worldwide acclamation, arose at some ungodly hour to be here now. What do you want, a cookie? First thing in the morning. A miracle, you must agree. Well, I must agree then. As you know, my sleep is quite impregnable. Iris had to employ her full gamut of tactics. She pulled the covers off, shook me, poked both cheeks, punched me and kicked me from the bed. Then she poured a boiling cup of her latest experimental blood on my face, and at last I was bestirred. What in the world? Oh my, Iris has been busy. Iris doesn't have it in her to go that far. She's too nice. Ah, I sense the spirit of a fellow scientist, one who relishes the infinite possibilities of blending tea. I'm the one worthy of praise here, not Iris. This is my victory. He is such a child. Sorry to cut in. Oh, I knew it was Gregson. Oh, Inspector Gregson. Good morning. Gregson, my dear fellow, why the grim expression at this delightfully early hour? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I've been confronted with a grimmer expression, eh? Oops. Dear me, are you going to take that insult lying down, Professor? What? What? I don't know. Poor Professor. Anyway, here's the paperwork you asked for. What paperwork? Ah, I took the liberty of requesting it yesterday. I have a feeling it may prove useful. You wouldn't believe the hoops I had to jump through to get this brought out of the archives. It's the professor's autopsy report. Oh, thanks, Gregson. That mass murderers? Who killed 5 members of the aristocracy. He was found guilty in a closed trial 10 years ago now. It was all done under wraps. And he was quickly executed soon after the trial. It's all in here. Alright. I'll have to read it soon. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Inspector. Yes, much obliged, Gregson. A slowly lot at the odd, or just doing what we can. In the shadow of the great Detective Sholmes, of course. Hold on, let me read it. I probably should. So I go in completely informed. Death by hanging confirmed at midnight in the 17th of June. That's it? Okay. Alright. At least it's something. Aw, bye, Gregson. Well then, Professor Harebrained, this is it. Today we're going to lay all this to rest at last. I wish you the best of luck, Professor. Yeah, hang in there, Harebrained. I suppose he'll be in there today, will he? Drebber. Yes, we expect the prosecution to summon him as a witness. Still amazed that you managed to find him in just one day. Really? Oh, you both so much. Counsel, and the defendant. The trial is about to resume. Kindly make your way into the courtroom at once. Oh boy, here we go. This is it then. The final chapter. Funny, my heart's racing a little. I've not felt this before, actually. This strange foreboding. As if something's going to happen in this trial that I'm not ready for. But I can't let that distract me from the only thing that really matters. Finding the truth. Yeah! Go Ryunosuke! I mean, I don't blame him for feeling that way, because we know who's going to be beside Zeke's in this trial. Oh boy, it's going to be fun. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We resume the public hearing of Albert Harebrained, here present, who stands accused of murder. Are the counsels for the prosecution and defense ready to proceed? I'm sorry. It looks so funny. I'm not used to him having someone beside him. Prosecution is ready, my lord. No, boy. The defense is ready, my lord. As promised, Lord Van Zieks has his apprentice with him. His apprentice with memory loss. Oh boy. This is gonna be fun. If I may, Lord Van Zieks. Yes, my lord. There appears to be someone standing at your side. Yes, my apprentice and assistant. Prosecution believes today's proceedings will see the complexity of this case rise considerably. What? Hey! Are you kidding me? No! I therefore instructed my assistant to attend to ensure the smooth running of the trial. Sorry, the way he handled the sword, that's Kazuma. That's for sure Kazuma. And the smooth running of liquid refreshments by the look of it. The way he holds himself, the way he moves. It couldn't be anyone else. Oh, Susato. But he's still suffering from amnesia, so there's really nothing we can do at the moment. I know, but... oh, this is so very hard. I know! It would appear the prosecution has done a fine job in responding to the demands of the court made yesterday. I understand you have successfully secured the engineer who disappeared from the scene on the day in question. Yes, my lord. I intend to call him as a witness shortly. Very good, very good. Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, who have been chosen at random to represent the will of the people in this courtroom today, are you ready and willing to proceed? course, my lord. I'm sure we all understand the importance of doing our civic duty. I do so despise deception and deceit. I find it so very wearing. Take a man's life with a conjuring trick. It is against the magician's code, not to mention the law. Any fake scientist should feel the wrath of God, if you ask me. We have to listen to what's said on both sides of the fence. And, then settle on one. That's it, isn't it? Wasn't like this in my day. Wasn't like this at all. I knew that at all was coming. If all parties are ready to proceed, you may begin, Lord Von Zieks. Before I do, my lord, there is a report I must read to the court. Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah. Yesterday at the Great Exhibition Grounds, the evidence of primary importance in this case, the super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine, which was installed on the experimentation stage, was deliberately destroyed in an explosion affected by an unknown person or persons. It was what? An explosion? This is an outrage. Yeah, I really hope no one was hurt though. Yes, I heard this grave news yesterday. Scotland Yard submitted a report to my office in the evening. I read that the machine was blasted to smithers, and the wreckage reduced to ashes in the flames. I have here a photographic print of the scene taken in the wake of the explosion. It shows what little remains of the machine. Yes, a terrible business. He did it to destroy the evidence, did he? That Enoch Drebber. Court will take this print as evidence, counsel. Oh boy. Late yesterday afternoon, the protection afforded to the machine by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act was revoked. However, before a thorough investigation could begin, the invention was obliterated from existence. As such, this will become a very different trial. Oh boy. As it stands now, with no evidence on which to draw meaningful conclusions, the authenticity of the kinesis machine will remain forever in obscurity. Indeed. A most unfortunate state of affairs. Wait, but didn't Gregson find the blueprint? It, wasn't completely burned up, right? That's what he said. However, one thing remains clear. The victim's death was the result of the actions of the accused. Of that, we can be certain. For it was the accused himself who was operating the machine, and who ultimately caused its loss of control. Objection! As Lord Von Zieks rightly says, this is a very different trial now. The accused accepts responsibility for his part in the events that transpired. He acknowledges that Mr. Assman died as a result of the accident caused by his machine's malfunction. However, unbeknownst to the professor, he was being deliberately deceived by a pair of very clever fraudsters. Names, counsel, if you please. The engineer, Mr. Enoch Drebber, and the victim himself, Mr. Audie Assman. Haha. So what exactly were these two men up to behind the defendant's back? The defense intends to expose the information, thus establishing the unequivocal innocence of the defendant. Yahoo! That was so well said. Thank you, counsels. The positions of the prosecution and defense have been clearly stated. Lord Von Zieks, summon your first witness, please. At once, my lord. The prosecution calls the engineer, Mr. Enoch Drebber, to the stand. Alright, you little fraudster. You little trickster. State your name and occupation for the court. Name, Enoch Drebber. Occupation... hard to pin down, I would say. See that black monocle? Yes, why do I feel as though I've seen it somewhere before? Oh, you too? I had exactly the same feeling myself. Oh boy. Your file indicates that you are currently being investigated in connection with another case. The theft of a waxwork model, is it? The most extraordinary sounding business. But that has no bearing on this trial, I assure you. Cleave it from your mind. No, it does! You're familiar with the public experiment carried out at the Great Exhibition some days ago? The accused super high voltage instantaneous kinesis demonstration. Yes, you could say that. I am aware of it. There was a terrible accident, wasn't there? Ah! It was you, Mr. Drebber, who constructed the vast machine used in the experiment. Or so our investigations indicate. Can you confirm your involvement? Yes, I constructed it, in precise accordance with the blueprints, but that's all. Then the court would be very interested to hear your thoughts about the machine, I'm sure. What the heck, man? An amazing device, if you ask me. The pinnacle of modern science, making instantaneous kinesis a reality at last. What? Good gracious! Do you mean to say that the experiment was bona fide? Is that your belief, sir? Yes, that is very much my belief. Such a waste that it blew up.
Objection!
Liar! You're the one that blew it up. But we've already established the machine was nothing more than a prop for an elaborate conjuring trick.
Objection!
Go away. We've established nothing of the sort. Dude. All that was shown during yesterday's proceedings is that the same outcome could have been produced by means of staged trickery. The defense merely proposed a method and demonstrated its feasibility, nothing more. But... We've procrastinated long enough, I feel. Witness, you will now give your formal testimony about the machine that you constructed for the purpose of the demonstration at the Great Exhibition. Understood. No boy. I met the young professor approximately 1 year ago through Mr. Aspen's introduction. He provided me with the blueprints and I constructed the machine to his precise specifications. It was no trick. If the whole show was a fraud, it would have required a body double. Tell me, did the victim have a twin? All the spectators saw the birdcage appear above their heads and then crash headfirst into the crystal tower. A terrible accident, I grant you. Perhaps the science on which the machine was built was flawed somehow. No, lies. A body double? That goes without saying, surely. To give the impression that something has moved when in reality it hasn't. It's a basic conjuring principle. The deception cannot be achieved without substituting the original with a fake at some point in the performance. But would I be right in saying you haven't managed to establish anything along those lines? Incidentally, the prosecution has already conferred that Mr. Aspen had no twin siblings. It's my understanding that this witness is well versed in conjuring artfulness, but such talents do not indicate that he was actually able to accomplish what he claims, namely, the construction of what, by all accounts, must have been an extremely complex scientific machine. Whatever do you mean? Yesterday's proceedings brought the true nature of your past exploits to light, Mr. Drebber. Indeed it did, my lord. As a swindler, who praised an innocent scientist to elicit government grant money through conjuring know-how. Yes, it's true that I possess considerable knowledge of stage magic. But crucially, my scientific knowledge more than matches that of any academic in the field. Investigation of the witness's workshop attests to that claim, my lord. Hey, it's me and Oscar's back massage device. As evidence, the police found this Royal Society trophy for young talent in science there. Yes, that's true. We spotted it there ourselves. If a hypothesis is sound, it can always be forged into a physical manifestation with sufficient skill. Though I may have sold the secrets of some deceptive wiles to sniveling, talentless scientists in the past, would you therefore assert that the explosion of the machine was an unfortunate accident, or, of course, a deliberate act of murder carried out by misuse of the science? Lies. Goodness gracious. Counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, please. Yes, my lord. He's annoying me so bad. Nah. Okay. We have to press because, like, it's annoying that I know how some things add up, but I can't do anything yet. Oh man. I think we need more information. Hold on. I'm gonna press everything. So you were already acquainted with Mr. Assman himself? Oh, really? By chance I'd seen his name mentioned in the papers, that's all. But I had no interest in his private affairs. If he was an unscrupulous investor, it was no concern of mine. As long as people pay their bills, I take up my tools and construct what they ask for. So why did Mr. Assman approach you in particular, then? Who can say? I presume because my name is associated with excellence in engineering. Not to mention excellence in fraud. Hard to gauge. The point is, all I did was construct a machine according to the blueprints I was given. In other words, Kinesis' machine was built on solid scientific principles. Yes, you might say that. Professor Hairbrain certainly has a mind like no other. Yeah, a good mind that you're trying to freaking break.
Hold it!
It's clear that you have both scientific knowledge and knowledge of conjuring magic, however. The more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to handle whatever comes along. But your implication is that I've furnished the machine with some trickery, I think. It's a possibility that we have to explore. Unfortunately, though, the machine has been blown to Kingdom Come. Blew it up on purpose. There's really nothing left to explore, is there? It appears that the Kinesis machine was fitted with a timed explosive device of some kind. And there's nothing left of that device either. Not a single shred of evidence remaining, I hear. He must have planned all this from the outset. But in any case, it's abundantly clear that the experiment couldn't have been a trick. He annoys me so bad.
Hold it!
Of course, that's it. Mr. Assman was a twin. Oh, Ryunosuke. Perhaps my learned friend wasn't listening earlier. Mr. Assman had no twin siblings. No, I heard you before, but the thread of hope hadn't quite left me. The demonstration could have been a trick if there was somebody who looked sufficiently like the victim. Dr. Scythe absolutely ruled that out as a possibility. It is beyond question that the victim himself, Mr. Assman, did move from the stage to the Crystal Tower. Fingerprints found at the scene attest to the fact. So it can't have been orchestrated using someone who looked identical to Mr. Assman, then. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, no, nothing. Just that the idea of someone who looked identical to the victim is playing on my mind. That's hinting to the body double. All we have is the head, though. If I present the head, we don't even know what it actually looks like. Off, too.
Hold it!
It crashed head first, you say? According to the many witness reports from those there at the time, yes. Were you not there at the exhibition grounds in the day? That's such a long animation. Unlikely. I rarely leave my workshop. Yet another of your unique inventions was found at the scene. What do you say to that, little punk? Well, it was the unveiling of a machine I'd labored over for many months. Saw it clearly with my own eyes, the birdcage plummeting headfirst into the tower. What a surprise. I believe the victim's neck was broken from the headlong fall, wasn't it? How would you have come by that information? Even an infirmal recluse like me reads the newspapers, you know? According to the reports, 2 injuries were apparent on the victim's body. Yes, he'd been stabbed in the chest by a screwdriver believed to belong to the defendant. And he had broken vertebrae as a result of a fall from a considerable height. Correct. My learned friend has been doing his research, it seems. It's so annoying. Do we know which injury was the fatal one? Sadly not. Forensic science is not yet at a level where such things can be determined. What we do know is that the victim died having sustained both injuries at some point during the experiment. And since he was found in the birdcage with his neck broken, it's obvious that he fell from a considerable height. I suppose that's hard to deny. Oh boy.
Hold it!
So you understood the science, did you? Not in the slightest. Oh, right. As I've said a number of times, I'm an engineer. My job is to manufacture according to the blueprints I'm given. I would be inviting manifold problems if I foolishly allowed my brain to digest the ideas behind them. I could be accused of stealing those ideas, for example. But how is it possible to construct a machine without really understanding the principles it relies on? Such a long... I hate how long the animation is. I already said it was a long animation, but it's so annoying. Well, you're practicing law without really understanding the principles it relies on, aren't you? What? A very good point. Stand up for yourself, Mr. Naruto. The point is, the experiment resulted in instantaneous kinesis taking place. As such, the science must be sound. Yes, and really, experimental results are all that matters when it comes to proving a hypothesis. He's certainly very sure of himself. What do you think, Mr. Naruto? Well, now that the machine has been completely destroyed by yesterday's explosion, it's going to be impossible to argue its authenticity one way or the other. But if we're unable to establish that it was a piece of stage trickery rather than genuine science, we will have no grounds on which to demonstrate Professor Harebrain's innocence. Both Mr. Aspen and this man in the stand tricked the professor and used him. They took advantage of his naivety and his unbending belief in his work, and I won't let them get away with it. And seeing as the professor is an old friend of Lord Von Zeke's, what on earth must he be feeling towards Drebber? Trying to act all cool, are you? Victim had a twin. Should I just pretend? Let me just present this helmet.
Objection!
Dang it! That last statement seems that someone's happened to explain to someone else to the court, not the other way around. It just seems to jar though, don't you think? What I think is that this whole exchange has been extremely jarring, yes. Perhaps I need to reconsider this. Oh boy. I mean, there's a couple things I didn't examine. There's apparently something in here, right? I never looked at that, first of all. Oh look, the cover came open. Yes, now there should be a glass plate inside. You have to change the plate with each new photograph you want to take, you see? It's empty? Something wrong? There is no plate, it's been removed. Ah, what a pity. But I suppose if you think about it, this wouldn't be the actual camera that was used at the time, just like the waxwork isn't the actual person. But we'd never have found a photographic print of the executed convict coming back to life anyway. Oh, yes, you're quite right, of course. Forces Auto-san, she looks devastated. No. This lock does look very strong, doesn't it? There's definitely no way you could remove the mask yourself if it was put on you. What a terrible way to treat someone, even a convicted criminal. I know, it's starting to make me livid, actually. Mr. Naruto, please. I mean, just think about it. Imagine if you had an itch on your cheek all of a sudden. You'd be utterly helpless. Yes, that's true. but I'm not sure that warrants quite so much anger. Oh, right. Sorry. Oh, man. I mean... Maybe?
Objection!
No. Dang nabbit. Okay, hold on. Let me think. Did I examine everything? I mean, I think I don't need this. Wait, did I examine this? This can be examined, right? Whoops. Oh, hey. Oh, wait. He said head first. Look here, Mrs. Otto. Oh, yes, the wood's cracked and broken a little. I suppose it because it fell from such a height? Yes, from the height at which the balloon was flying, down into the crystal tower below. Fall of about 30 feet, or 9 meters. Maybe the man inside tragically dead. Wait. If it fell that way, how was the guy's neck snapped? That's kind of confusing too. Let's see. Their heads then crash head first. But it didn't crash head first.
Objection!
Aha! I like that examining evidence is crucial in these games. It's so cool. We've examined the birdcage that crashed into the crystal tower ourselves. As you can see, the cage, which is a wooden construction, has sustained damage in one particular spot. Following the explosion, it fell some 30 feet into the glass of the crystal tower. That level of damage is to be expected, surely. I agree. The damage itself is entirely understandable. What doesn't make sense is the location of that damage. Haha. All the breakages in the wood are at the base of the birdcage, not the top. What are you saying? That's the opposite of where they should be. That's right, my lord. The birdcage that was at the scene is damaged at its base. So we have reports of the birdcage falling headlong into the crystal tower, yet the damage is at the bottom. The only way to reconcile these two facts is to accept that there were two bird cages in play that day, which were at some point switched. Switched during what wasn't a scientific experiment at all, but an elaborate piece of stage trickery. Aha. Good gracious, explain yourself, witness. Well, if we examine the facts, there's only one logical conclusion we can draw. The damage on the base of the birdcage clearly indicates that it crashed tail first into the tower.
Objection!
But multiple witness reports claim it fell head first. The birdcage materialized in the sky next to a balloon flying over the stage, following a spontaneous explosion, at an altitude of some 60 feet above ground level, which is approximately 18 meters. It then proceeded to fall some 30 feet into the crystal tower in the ensuing deflagration. Witness reports amid such chaos are notoriously unreliable.
Objection!
But the victim's neck was broken.
Objection!
Aha. He plummeted 30 feet inside a heavy wooden cage. However he fell, it would be unsurprising to find one or two of his vertebrae crushed. Whatever. Oh man. Oh hey, he did it faster that time, so we can do it faster. A riveting scientific analysis of events from the prosecution there. Though to be even more rigorous, I would have to say it was only one vertebra, actually. He wasn't quiet for long. I find it hard to see what's motivating Lord Von Zieks. This witness is clearly a swindler, and one who deceived a personal friend of his. Yeah, what the heck? You're going to establish this deception, do it right. Sorry? I feel like that's the undertone here. Oh my gosh, really? That's kind of cute. That's sweet. Or that's just, whatever, appreciated. Alright. Ah, yes, there's one more point the defense appears to have forgotten. It obviously wasn't a trick, as a certain truth very plainly demonstrates. What? It seems to me that the cross-examination had better continue until we resolve this matter. Mr. Drebber, you will amend your testimony with details of this truth. Of course, we must treat the matter scientifically after all. Ugh, I nearly had him there. What the heck? This incident clearly took place because there's nowhere else 30 feet high for the birdcage to have fallen from. I mean, right? It should be this. What does he mean? Because oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, I have saved. Oh wait, no, I haven't saved. Hold on. Alright. Let's see. Clearly took place because there's nowhere. Oh, okay. So we need to show where it could have fallen. From. So I guess this.
Objection!
There we go. This is a diagram of the experimentation stage and its surroundings. Yeah, there you go. We know that somehow the birdcage appeared in midair before falling down into the crystal tower. A fall of about 30 feet, or 9 meters. However, if you examine the diagram carefully, you'll see that there is one other possible location from which the birdcage could have fallen. Same distance of 30 feet. No. Well, it appears the defense is a possible explanation to put forward. Go ahead, counsel. Yes, my lord. Of course. You will indicate the place to which you are referring on this same diagram. Alternative location from which the birdcage could possibly have fallen the requisite 30 feet. Wait, I'm so confused. We think that it was already in the balloon, right? Here. Wait, but I'm so lost. Oh, wait, what are they saying? That it... Well, they're saying it fell from here, right? They're saying it was shot to fall from there. Where did we say the balloon was when we were talking about the balloon? I completely forgot. Like here or here? 30 feet, right? You know, I just remembered when we were looking at the model of the machine in Drebber's hideout. Gina was talking about how this part didn't look like did she say it could open up or it couldn't open up? Whatever, she was talking about it opening up or whatever. So I'm thinking that what if he fell from here? What if it did open up and he fell here? Well, that's what we thought anyway, right? Anyway.
Take that!
That's my reasoning. Oh, it worked! Oh man, okay, I did not think... well, I hoped it would work. It makes sense though, because like, they needed to hide the one on stage so that the other one could drop, right? And the only way to do that is to have a hole on the one on the stage, on the machine on the stage. The place I'm referring to is here. But that's where the birdcage would have been to begin with. Which is exactly the point, my lord. Yes, the birdcage was in the machine on the stage. But what we must also consider is the height of the stage itself. Go on, Counsel. It turns out that the experimentation stage was built at a considerable height above ground level. If you look at the diagram, in fact, you'll see it's at about the same height above the ground as the balloon was above the crash site. Bam. When the experiment got underway, the machine and the birdcage were engulfed in steam. At that moment, the floor of the stage gave way and, if we assumed there to be a void underneath, this birdcage and the one seen by the audience would have fallen almost exactly the same distance. Oh yeah. Once again, my lord, this all points to the fact that there was not one birdcage, but two.
Objection!
My learned friend has no evidence that the stage had such a contrivance in its design. Someone is responsible for the criminal destruction of the kinesis machine itself, it's true. However, the stage still stands. And take a moment to look at the photographic print of the scene following yesterday's explosion. Oh my gosh, look at that! I didn't even notice that when they showed it. It went over my head. Good lord, the metal grill that formed the floor of the machine is undone. Yes, most likely blown open by the force of the explosion that destroyed the rest of the machine. The defense calls for the space below the stage to be investigated immediately. Woohoo! Mr. Drebber. It was you who built the kinesis machine, which means that it was you who built the two bird cages that were used to carry out this deception. Whether Professor Harebrain's hypothesis is sound or not makes no difference, because it's the construction of this machine that matters, a machine designed to take Mr. Aspen's life. And lay the blame firmly at the professor's door, something that could only have been carried out by you, Mr. Enoch Drebber. Yeah! Grrr. Oh! The poor bot malfunctioned. Oh, this is so annoying. We did not need this. We so did not need this. My learned friend has reached the end of his wild assertions. I mean, the only cool part about it is the way Cosmo puts away his sword. Getting to see that again. That's the only good part about it. The prosecution would like to crush the defense's argument slowly, but surely. Oh great, yay, his theme is playing. And he littered again. Oh boy, yay. What? Your argument fails to hold water. On 2 counts. 2? Firstly, before and after the experiment, this witness went nowhere near the kinesis machine. Every relevant member of staff from the exhibition has attested to that. And I believe members of Scotland Yard have also been on watch duty at every public experiment. In other words, Mr. Drebber had no opportunity to switch the alleged pair of bird cages.
Objection!
But I've already explained why he wouldn't have needed to. The nonsense with the crossbow, that doesn't bolster your case at all. The man who disappeared from the stage and the man who crashed into the tower are one and the same. Forensic Investigations Team's report is unequivocal on that point. Ugh! And the second flaw in your assertion is a distinct lack of motive. Why would this man have wanted to take the victim's life? He had no reason to do so. Actually, I just read his inner thought, that's why I'm laughing. But, is it related to the professor case? It's not connecting for me yet. A motive? Do I have to think of everything myself? Yes! Oh boy. I have here a contract provided by the witness. What contract is this, Lord Van Zeeks? The contract into which Mr. Drebber entered with the victim, Mr. Aspen. It reads, Mr. Drebber is to receive 30% of all remunerations from government grants or other income. 30%? Certainly very favorable contractual conditions. But there is one very important provision bolted into that clause. What provision? Mr. Drebber may only uphold this right on condition that both contracting parties are alive. In other words, if either of us were to die, the contract would become null and void. So you see, I had nothing to gain from Mr. Asman's death. The diametric opposite, in fact. Need I say more? The witness had neither an opportunity nor a reason to commit the alleged crime. In short, the possibility of Mr. Drebber having done as you suggest is nil. So annoying. It seems the defense's assertion was somewhat wide of the mark. Lord Von Zeeks, you will submit the contract as evidence, please. So annoying. No, it's true. If Drebber had no opportunity to switch the birdcage under the stage with the one in the Crystal Tower, he couldn't have done it. In any case, I have no idea what his motive might have been. There is one aspect of your argument that still holds true, however. There were 2 birdcages. The prosecution's unable to deny that. So I'm sure you're on the right lines, Mr. Naruhodo, and I have no doubt there are other aspects of your assertion that are undeniable truths too. Yay! I love having her with us. Well, it would seem that the defense has no rejoinder to offer. Cuckoo. Yeah, you are cuckoo. Well, I must say I'm a little surprised. I came here to testify about the machine I built, and instead my reputation is defiled. It was already defiled before we called you here. But the prosecution's counter has set the record straight, I think. It's impossible that I am the culprit.
Objection!
Aha. Not over yet. At the beginning of this trial, we believed that there was only 1 birdcage, yet now we know there must have been 2. In other words, there was more to the demonstration than we realized at first. I think it's abundantly clear that the same applies to the culprit. Get to the point. Stage demonstration was constructed and set up in its entirety by you, Mr. Drebber. Therefore, it's inconceivable that you had no hand in the events that transpired. So if circumstances mean it's impossible that you could have carried out the crime yourself, it points to the fact that someone else was involved. Someone else? Counsel, are you suggesting... Yes, my lord. Mr. Drebber had an accomplice.
Objection!
An accomplice now? Well then, I presume you're prepared for what's to come. Now that you're accusing not only this witness, but someone else of the most serious of crimes. Ooh. If these accusations turn out to be false, then make no mistake. The prosecution will demand an equally serious punishment for your slander. Oh boy. Well, counsel, do you intend to pursue this course and formally accuse another party of involvement in this matter? Yes, but we will do so next time. Oh boy. Wait, but an accomplice? Who the heck are we going to say is the accomplice? Let me just quickly remind myself of who the heck is involved here. Well, it can't be her brain. Him! This guy! This dude! Oh, it makes sense if he helped. And he was acting suspiciously when we were talking about the balloons. Alright, that's going to be my guess. But I'll do the guess next time. Alright, guys, that's going to be it for this one. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one, where we can corner Drebber. Hopefully. Alright, guys, see you later.